Every day, someone could win $500,000 cash in Pick 10, the new game from New York Lottery. Play Pick 10 today, and you could be a $500,000 tomorrow.
Johnny Bench, Baseball Hall of Famer.
The Reds do it. So do Krylon Blues. Krylon paint turns everything old Krylon new. Because Krylon goes on rich and beautiful. Dries fast, smooth, and even. Makes whatever you paint Krylon new. Spray on Krylon for a smooth, professional finish every time. With no runs, no drips, no errors. Now that's Krylon new.
Krylon.
People think diabetes isn't all that bad. Just take insulin and everything will be okay. Sure, diabetics need medication. Sure, they have to watch what they eat. But it's not like they're handicapped for life, right? This year, 6,000 more Americans will go blind because of diabetes. JDF is leading research to find a cure. Support JDF.
Back at the Sky Dome in Toronto, the Yanks ahead 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th, and you can see Darrell Evans and Steve Balboni talking about hitting. One of the luxuries of the DH. You can sit here for a half an inning, and you've got a private tutor talking about hitting. They talk about the things that you do correctly, talked about the things that you do incorrectly. And certainly tonight, Balboni with 2 home runs has done a couple of things absolutely perfectly.
And Mr. LaPointe has done some things near perfectly tonight, too. He's held the Blue Jays to 6 hits and 1 run as we're in the bottom of the 8th. Liriano, who came in and replaced Fernandez, who was ejected for arguing a foul ball. He'll be followed by Gruber and then Bell. LaPointe is trying to notch his first complete game since September 10th of 1988 when he was a Pirate. He beat Philadelphia, pitched 9 innings, gave up 6 hits and 1 run.
And pitching from the stretch, too.
He continues to do that. Yankees on the smiling side of the scoreboard, leading at 6-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. And good note from the wires on another Yankee story. One of Yankee owner George Steinbrenner's horses, Orange Sovereign, has won a $50,000 race tonight up here in Canada. And the race to the mound begins for Stump Merrill, and that probably will be it for Dave LaPointe.
Well, it looks like Stump let him go back out there for one more hitter. After last inning, getting the double play ball in the bottom of the 7th, they probably came in and asked him, and how do you feel? Now, Dave LaPointe is asking for somebody to come and fix the mound. There evidently is a big hole in front of the mound, been dug out by LaPointe and Key and Wills. But it looks like Larry Barnett came in from second base and asked for assistance and a little maintenance out there. Bobby Guerin say, well, just come pitch up here. And you can throw about take about 6 inches off that plate. And Cito Gaston coming out and saying, now you don't suppose that they're buying a little time here, do you, for the Yankee bullpen?
Gooderman has been up and should be loose. Righetti, there you see Righetti moving the left arm around. You know, did you see Stump Merrill turn around and look at the dugout? I bet he was looking at Billy Connors saying, is he ready?
Well, he was throwing last inning, he must be ready, but you know that Cito is going to say, well, he doesn't have the right to buy time this way, does he?
There is a pretty good hole there. You know, one of the differences is you had 2 left-handers working, and Will's
Look at the hole on the other side.
And you got, and it looks like the craters of the moon. Now we got the 7th inning stretch, and now the
8th inning stretch.
8th inning stretch.
And Dave LaPointe walking around looking for somebody to talk to. He has done a superb job so far on a hot night inside the dome.
Stump saying, I remember back up in Maine once when Stump Merrill has waited a long time for this chance to be a major league manager. He's been with the Yankees for 14 straight years now and is making the most of it. Don Mattingly has said it. Jesse Barfield said it the other day, and same thing with Matt Noakes today. He said he has brought a relaxed atmosphere and a dedication to the job with him from the minor leagues.
Look at Steve Sachs. He's going to get his 2 cents in there too. He's going to come in and test it for him. You know the guy on the sidelines that's always throwing screwballs and sliders and knuckleballs?
That's Sachs.
That's Steve Sachs. All the infielders, everybody wants to be a pitcher. And he's got some pretty good stuff too. That's the bad part about it.
Well, they have repaired the front part of the rubber, and I think they're bringing Guterman in.
Yeah, they repaired it, and also Stump Merrill also has the ball in his hands. He's taken it away from him.
There's the difference. Guterman was up and warm, but Robinson wasn't.
Well, you got Gruber and Bell coming up, so you want to get the right-hander loose. Pretty good tactic, and legitimate too. There was a legitimate hole in front of the rubber. So Dave LaPointe is done for the evening, and a job well done.
Mike Farrar saying more than just job well done. You know, you can tell by the look on their faces.
Well, he wasn't asked to go out there and walk Liriano, though. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. I mean, his job was to go out there and get Liriano out. And then after that, maybe buy some time. Well, Robinson comes in to pick it up for LaPointe. Good job by Dave LaPointe. And while the pitching change is being made here in Toronto, let's take a timeout along the Yankee Baseball Network for the following messages.
What happens when USA Today picks the 12 best car values under $12,000? 4 out of 12 are at your Chevy Geo dealer. They're Geo Storm, Geo Prism, Chevy Beretta, and Chevy Corsica LT. Yes, when they pick from the hundreds of cars, the 12 best under $12,000, even with air conditioning, AM/FM stereo, and automatic shift. Leave it to your Chevy Geo dealer to have 4 of the 12.
Hi. Take your feet off the table. Now, here's your bag of Eagle potato chips. Here's my bag of Eagle potato chips. Now, we're going to open them. Not like an animal. Watch me. I open it easily. I remove one chip. Now, I taste it. The quintessence of taste and crunchiness. Go ahead.
Eagle potato chips, everyone loves them.
Many Americans believe that bigger is always better.
Bigger?
But an air conditioner that's too big for the room it's in is a waste of energy and money. Call Con Edison or visit our conservation center at 42nd and Lex to find out what BTU size air conditioner you need. Because bigger isn't always better. Con Edison, the energy of New York. And look for an energy efficiency rating of 9.5 or higher.
Back at Toronto, Robinson in, and he delivers his first pitch to Kelly Gruber. Gruber singles to left field. So the Blue Jays now have 2 on and no one out. And George Bell will be the batter. Bell tonight struck out in the first, singled to right in the third, and then flied to center field. The Yankees lead at 6-1. That one's outside, ball one. Liriano's at second. He walked. Gruber's at first on the single to left. Ball two. This has been the problem that Jeff Robinson has had of late, Tom Seaver, getting behind.
Getting behind the hitters and almost looking like he's tired. He's been in a lot of games for the Yankees. This is his 28th appearance for New York. Oh, what a swing he had. Boy, is that a 2-0 cut or what? I mean, he had Jeff Robinson in the hole. And I mean, he really let her fly on this one. Oh, wow.
Fouled off to the right side, and that'll be out of play.
Good pitch by Robinson. He pulled the string a little bit there, and you can see how far out in front Bell was.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no one out. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Yankees 6 runs, 10 hits, and an error. The Blue Jays 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error. Robinson has been in 8 of the last 13 Yankee games. Hit hard, fair ball in the corner. Sanders is over. 1 run will score. Gruber will stop at third, and Bell has a double. Liriano scores easily from second, and that run will be credited to the Blue Jays and charged against Dave LaPointe.
He got it just inside the bag. Greg Kosk calling it a fair ball and also saying that a fan did not touch it. Would not have had an effect, and Liriano scores easily. And Jeff Robinson has been having a rough go of it. Comes in and faces Gruber and Bell, gives up base hits to both of them. And Stump Merrill's going to go to the bullpen, and I would assume that it's going to be Lee Guterman coming in to try and stop the Blue Jays in their tracks. Runners at second and third, nobody out. A run in already in a 6-2 ball game. And against a ball club like the Toronto Blue Jays, boy, the words of Yogi, it ain't over till it's over. And the Blue Jays showed you that last night. They got the 2 runs home run from George Bell in the 9th inning last night. So a disgusted Jeff Robinson not being able to get it done. For Lee Guterman, his 31st appearance, a record of 4-2, an earned run average under 2, 1.99. And the American League hitting just .218 off him. He has been very, very effective seemingly every time that he has come into a ball game. You can see him talking to Steve Sachs, and he will be talking about how he might be pitching to John Olerud. Olerud, the scheduled hitter. Whether in fact he will hit or not, we will find out. He is still in the on-deck circle. But Olerud, Borders, and Glenn Allen Hill, the scheduled next 3 batters for Toronto.
To recap how we got to where we are right now, the Yankees in this one took a 2-0 lead in the first inning. Kelly singles, Sachs singles. Mattingly hit into a double play. That knocked in the first run. The Yankees led it 1-0. And then Balboni homered to make it 2-0. The Yankees took a 3-0 lead in the third when Kelly singled. Sachs reached on an infield hit, and then the throwing error by Key allowed Kelly, who was running on the play, to score all the way from first. That made it 3-0. The Blue Jays came back in their half of the third inning. A double by Felix, and then a ground ball to second by Fernandez got the runner to third, and Gruber's sacrifice fly to center field scored the run, and it was 3-1. Yankees came back. In the sixth inning with a base hit by Mattingly, a double by Laritz, an intentional walk to Blowers, and then Guerin base hit gave the Yankees a 5-1 run as he knocked in 2. And there they added another Balboni home run. It was 6-1, and here the Blue Jays have gotten one home. It's Olerud against Guterman. Outside corner, strike one. Last night, Olerud had his first career 2-home-run game and almost gave the Blue Jays a victory in the ninth when he hit a hard liner to Sachs, who knocked it down and then threw him out. To left field. Sanders deep. It's way back. It's gone. A 3-run home run by John Olerud, and it's a 6-5 ball game.
John Olerud, left-handed against a left-hander Guterman, going the other way, and there was no doubt about it when it left the bat. We're thinking about somebody swinging a hot bat. That's Olerud. And talking about not being over till it's over. This Toronto ball club can be very, very explosive.
Olerud demonstrated some good hitting work there. Ball on the outside corner, just went with it, and he is strong enough. A big, strong young man, and just hits it hard into the left field corner, and it's a 6-5 ball game. The Yankees lead it by 1. To Sachs, and that's only the first out of the inning.
They finally get it out. After 4 in.
The first run of this inning was charged to LaPointe, charged against LaPointe. So his book is complete. 7+ innings, 2 runs, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Robinson allowed a single and a double. The next 2 runs charged against Robinson, and of course the home run charged against Guterman. Glenn Allen Hill steps in. He singled in the second, struck out in the fourth, and lined to short in the 6th inning.
Dave LaPointe saw a 6-1 ball game turn 6-5 very quickly.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Hill.
A lot of people left here tonight, George, too. The ball club down, their home ball club, the Blue Jays down 6-1.
Espinosa charges. The off-balance throw pulls Mattingly off, and Hill is on.
They give him a base hit on that. Alvaro Espinosa had time to set up and throw. He tried to make an off-balance throw. He's been absolutely superb all night long, and he really didn't have time. Did have time to take one more step with his strong arm, and it just pulls Mattingly off the bag.
That'll bring up Manny Lee. Lee is 1 for 2 with a walk. Hill can steal a base. He's 4 for 5 in stolen bases this year. Has good speed. The Yankees 6 runs, 10 hits. The Blue Jays 5 runs, 10 hits. Down the right field line, but foul. Manny Lee has made a career of that one as a right-hand batter, rifling it into the right field corner.
Boy, and the Yanks, they're in need of another double play, aren't they?
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Hill on first. 4 runs in for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 8th. The Yankees still lead at 6-5.
Mike Blowers playing in front of the bag at third and real close to the line. They're playing prevent double. And also respecting the bunting ability of Manny Lee. And he'll come in with a pitch at third.
Not going, foul back. Espinosa and Sachs need a sharply hit ball to turn it because both Hill and Lee run well.
Eric Punk down throwing in the Yankee bullpen.
The right field deep, but foul and out of play. Lee has some punch at his bat this year. He's got 6 home runs. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out.
Six home runs, George, and all of them right-handed. A lot more pop from the right side. Average is about the same, but he really has some pop in his bat hitting right-handed.
The 1-2.
He got that pitch by him. Fastball inside, and Lee was late.
Made 2 good pitches, and Lee just did get a piece of both. It's been a night that's had a little bit of everything. Some hitting, some pitching.
Good defense at short.
Couple of arguments. Hill leads off, not going, inside, 2-2.
Boy, just missed him, too. Just missed him. Lion eyelash.
One of the reasons why the Yankees have thrown out more runners than any other team in the majors going into tonight's ball game is because they do keep them close. Hill not going, it's outside, 3-2. The Toronto crowd, quiet most of the night, has had a chance to get into the game here in the 8th as the Blue Jays have pushed across 4 runs. And now with 1 out, Guterman facing Manny Lee in a 3-2 count. He's going to short. It's by Espinosa. The play will be to second as Hill goes to third. Espinosa had made his way towards second when the runner broke. And that 2-step difference was the difference between him getting to the ball and the ball going through to left.
We've talked about it before, George, about leaving the position in the infield. In certain situations, with a runner going and you know it's a hit and run, the Yankees covering the lead runner, who is the tie runner, and leaving positions open, leaving holes in the infield. And it has really cost them. Manny Lee saw Espinosa breaking for second, and that opened the big hole between SP and Blowers. And in this turf, you don't have to hit it that well. You just have to get it in play, and SP could not get back. And they are in dire need of a double play now. They got one out of Kenny Williams last time.
They got the ground ball they wanted, but with Espinosa breaking to the bag, they were unable to make a play on it. So it's first and third, and it's strike one to Williams. Guterman is the pitcher that figures to give you the ground ball. And even though you had the right-hander up, this one to Sachs. He's got a chance for two. To Espinosa, and they don't turn it. He beats the play at first. Williams is safe, and the run scores. It's a 6-6 game.
You look at the ball that bounced high. Steve Sachs got rid of it quickly, but just too high. We talked about Williams the last time up, how he can run. He can really run well. And two of the most disappointed people, Stump Merrill and Dave LaPointe. Boy, if they hit the ball better, it'd have been a double play. And you got to watch Williams because he can run.
Back to the top of the order in Junior Felix, so the Blue Jays have 5 runs home in the inning. On 5 hits. And Williams with good speed sitting at first. We're in a 6-6 ball game. One ball, one strike. Felix, the 9th batter of the inning. 1 for 3, a double in the 3rd. The big damage this inning, a home run, a 3-run shot by John Olerud. Williams to the edge of the turf and back. There he goes. Fouled off.
Boy, he had a great jump and had it stolen easily. A former outside flanker for the Stanford University football team, and he can really fly. He was some athlete in college.
He was a pro prospect as a football player as well as a baseball player.
Absolutely.
Gave it up after his freshman year. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Not going. And there's strike 3. So Guterman gets the strikeout. Not as early as he wanted it. And the Blue Jays have a big 8th inning. 5 runs on 5 hits. And we'll go to the top of the 9th at the Sky Dome. John Olerud's 3-run home run. A big charge in the 8th inning. And we're tied going to the 9th. The Yankees 6, the Blue Jays 6.
Good evening. The State Department says Iran will accept aid from American humanitarian organizations. Up to 30,000 people may have died in the earthquake. The government has declared the northern spotted owl an endangered species, and that threatens thousands of timber industry jobs. Nelson Mandela told the UN there are still racists in South Africa determined to liquidate the African National Congress. For USA Tonight, I'm Sheila Steinbach.
Imagine a few years from now, it's December, and the whole family's going to see the big Christmas tree in Hirohito Center. Go ahead, keep buying Japanese cars. You say I want the best. Fine. Grand Am is #1 in its class. $2,000 cash back or 4.8% financing. Merry Christmas.
Kip and Henry are bosom buddies. When they get rolling, it's pure comedy magic.
You're taking out a girl who still believes Bambi can talk.
They're the funniest guys around.
Gloria's had her hand in the hormone jar.
And the ladies they live with are the sexiest on television.
On to the hot tub. Bye.
Every day, the laughs are right here on Bosom Buddies.
Starts Monday at 7:30 on Channel 11.
Participating advertisers in New York Yankee baseball are Advantage Dodge, only at your local tri-state Dodge dealer. Budweiser, the king of beers. Remember, know when to say when. By JVC. See the new line of JVC VHS camcorders. JVC, we just made recorded history again. By Con Edison, the energy of New York. And by the New York Yankees. Set to go to the top of the ninth, and the Yankees will make some offensive changes. Matt Noakes is out in the on-deck circle. He will hit for Guerin, and there's Mel Hall. He will most likely hit for Espinosa as Stump Merrill is going for the go-ahead. It's a 6-6 ball game. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Yankees. 6 runs, 11 hits for the Blue Jays, Tom.
Well, the 5-run 8th. And to talk about the explosive offense this Blue Jays ball club has, and they put, I want to tell you, they put 4 runs up there just as quickly as you can get them up. Final in the Boston Red Sox, George, beat the Baltimore Orioles 4-3. And another final the Mets won. They beat Philadelphia 5-1. Frank Viola won his 10th game.
Matt Noakes steps in. Last night he came in the 8th inning and homered to help the Yankees to a victory. This one hits solidly to right field. It's a base hit, and Noakes continues to produce. So the Yankees have the leadoff batter on, and Cito Gaston and Galen Cisco go to the phones.
So you leave Espinosa in the game here because a bunt situation. Noakes swung at the first pitch. He swung at the first pitch last night, hit a home run. Sometimes other players don't watch so good.
You have to like the change of events too, because it keeps Espinosa in the game if you do go deep, if you do go to extra innings.
And keeps your defensive shortstop in the game.
Espinosa with 23 sacrifice bunts a year ago, along with Tolleson, the two of them the best bunters on this team. Gruber in, even with the bag at third.
More difficult to deaden the ball and lay down a good bunt on this artificial surface than it is a grass surface.
And this is one of the harder artificial surfaces in the league.
And one of the things that can happen is when infielders charge, you can push the ball by them.
Espinosa 0 for 3. That's outside. Ball 1. He flied to center in the 3rd, flied again to center in the 5th, and then popped to second in the 6th inning. He's come up with a series of outstanding plays tonight. Noakes leads off first. Short lead. To the first base side. Wills is over, and Espinosa does it well.
Is he lucky that Wills didn't fire and hit him right in the back? He was running inside that baseline going up. A beautiful bunt by Espinosa. I mean, just perfect. And you can see him inside the line. He hit him in the back. The man's out, and the runner goes back to first.
So the Yankees have the go-ahead runner at second, and Matt Noakes. Kelly 3 straight singles to left, and then struck out his last time up against Wills, and he swings and misses at the first delivery at strike 1. He had Jimmy Key's number with 3 base hits, had trouble with Wills. Broken bat to short. Manny Lee. Two down.
Now you put Manny Lee in at shortstop, you don't lose a whole lot defensively. Tony Fernandez out of the ball game after being thrown out by second base umpire Larry Barnett. And Manny Lee can play shortstop. You know, he's no Fernandez, but you don't lose a whole lot. He is an outstanding defensive player.
There are a lot of teams that were interested in acquiring Lee as the Blue Jays look for more pitching or for more power in the outfield. But they decided to hold on. Sachs over the pitcher's head. Liriano over, and he just gets him. Well, the Yankees get the go-ahead run to second, but can't bring them any further. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. At the Sky Dome in Toronto, the Yankees 6, the Blue Jays 6.
Here's the latest in the Channel 11 newsroom. Nelson Mandela is honored tonight at a star-studded fundraiser with Madonna, Eddie Murphy, and Robert De Niro. Earlier, Mandela told the United Nations about his vision of the future for South Africa. Startling new developments regarding New York Zodiac shooter. In a letter to the Post, he claims to be San Francisco's Zodiac killer. And the devastation in Iran is so great, the country is asking the U.S. for quake relief. I'm Marvin Scott.
Nothing beats the USA. Nothing beats what we've got here. Nothing beats clean, crisp, cold. Nothing beats the king of beers. Yeah, nothing. Nothing beats a bird, yeah, nothing. Nothing beats a bird, yeah, nothing. Nothing beats a Budweiser. Nothing beats a bird.
Hey fans, how about this special offer from Yankees Magazine? Every month you get player features, statistics, great color action photos, minor league reports, and a lot more. Subscribe now and receive 12 big issues and this handsome gold-plated Yankee ring, all for just $19.95. To order, send a check or money order to Yankees Magazine, Department R, Yankee Stadium, Bronx, New York, 10451, or call 1-800-543-3600.
Lee Guterman stays in there for the Yankees. Behind the plate, Matt Noakes takes over after pinch hitting for Bob Guerin. And for the Blue Jays, it'll be Liriano, Gruber, and Bell due up.
Ouch.
What a way to look at it.
Oh, yeah, it's not as bad. You don't have to pitch against Elrud. You get him out 1, 2, 3. And we'll see if Stutt Merrill will go to the bullpen if needed to face Gruber and Bell. Eric Punk was throwing earlier. Catteray, Punk, Mills, and Rags still left down in the bullpen.
Ball 1 to Liriano, and it shows you the defensive versatility of this Toronto team. This one hit to left field off the end of the bat, though. Over is Sanders near the line and gets it about 2 steps away from the stands. 1 down. They had 2 plays that were not easy, and Lee made them and Liriano made that last play. Sanders taking a look at himself on the scoreboard. The replay. Kelly Gruber steps in. Tonight, Gruber is 1 for 3. Reached on an error in the first. Sacrifice fly brought in the first run for the Blue Jays. Grounded to short and then singled to left. That run batted in was his 60th of the year. He trails only Cecil Fielder, his former teammate in the American League. Softly back to Guterman. And there are 2 away.
What a great pitch by Lee Guterman. I mean, you look at the stat page of the leaders in the American League as far as hitting goes, and you know, you see Gruber's name all over the place. Look at this. I mean, he must have hit him about 2 inches above the knuckles. Outstanding pitch by Guterman. He's got a big out to get right here. George Bell with 14 home runs, 2 of them last night.
And a big double in the 8th inning that knocked in the second run for the Blue Jays. Bell has 2 hits, the double in the 8th and a single to right in the 3rd inning, and he struck out and flied to center his other 2 times up. 2 for 4. One and 1. Flowers is playing right against the 3rd base line. Mattingly the same at first. The outfield straight away with Kelly in center and Barfield in right, and Sanders pulled a couple of steps towards the line and left. If there ever was a time you don't want to give George Bell something on the inside portion of the plate, this is it. If you give it to him, it's got to be in off the plate. Hit to right center field. Over is Barfield. He's got it. George Bell robbed by his former teammate and close friend Jesse Barfield. That would have been at least 2 for Bell. We will go extras at Toronto to the 10th inning. The Yankees 6, the Blue Jays 6, thanks to this man.
Boy, what a play. Jesse Barfield, when that ball left the bat, I mean, there was no way in the world that it was going to be caught. That had double written all over it. But Jesse Barfield got a great jump on the ball, and the ball tailed back to him just a little bit. George Bell hit it off the end of the bat just ever so slightly, and took enough steam off of it, and it came back a little bit to Barfield, just enough for him to make another great play in the outfield. The Yankees have turned in some outstanding defensive plays in the outfield. This is at regular speed, so you can see the ground that Barfield had to cover, and that ball just came back just a fraction. Another great play by Jesse Barfield, and guess he'll get to bat this inning. You know already he's got his batting helmet on, and George Bell robbed of another base hit. Bell already was 2 for 4 with a double before that at bat, and Mr. Barfield just picked his pocket.
Mattingly, Balboni, and Barfield due up this inning. And you can tell, you know, we talked about it earlier, the fatigue on Dave LaPointe's face. It's a hot, humid night inside. The cover is on the dome tonight. You almost feel, Tom, like you're in Atlanta at Fulton County Stadium or in St. Louis at Busch Stadium in the middle of the summer, don't you?
It's that same kind of humidity feeling. The hottest ballpark that I've ever been in or had to pitch in, I felt, was St. Louis, right on the river and right next to the river. And that's where the heat and humidity, especially with the artificial surface, would get to you.
All right, Mattingly, Barfield, Balboni, and Barfield due up this inning. And Mattingly, who's been sitting on 169 home runs for a long time, a tie for 13th place on the Yankee all-time list, would love to get off that number tonight and in this at bat.
I think for a pretty specific reason.
And he's got a 2-0 count in his favor right now. To Olrud. There's one away.
So Mattingly continues to struggle. 1 for 5 on the night. All right, it looks like it gets more and more tense every time he comes back to the bench. Is he still taking a lot of extra hitting, George?
Yeah, he's been taking quite a bit of it. The Yankees as a group are out here at 3 o'clock this afternoon taking extra hitting.
An awful lot.
And I think you can look as Galen Cisco comes out to talk to Wills. And you can look at that being a factor at this time of the night as we approach 11 o'clock in a very hot and humid ballpark. You saw it on Jesse Barfield's face after he came in and was in the dugout.
A lot of times you try too much, work too hard at it. The only thing to do is lock down Mattingly in his hotel room till about 7:15. You know, just stay away. Just get out of here. Stay away.
Since missing the first series against Minnesota last year, he's played in every game for the Yankees, 220 plus consecutive games, and you know, he could use a good night off. Roberto Kelly could use a good night off.
Sometimes too much hitting is overrated. I mean, you can hit so much and you can practice so much that you just become stale, especially when you're doing practicing the wrong things.
One thing this guy hasn't been tonight is stale. Balboni, home run in the first, home run in the 8th, and 2 pop-ups in between. 2 for 4. The Yankees 6-11-1. The Blue Jays 6-11-1. We're in the top of the 10th. Cito Gaston wants to go out, send his trainer out to talk to.
I think we got
Frank
a blister
Will.
problem, George. Looks like a blister on the throwing hand of Frank Wills. Gaston out before, and now the trainer coming out. Depending on how bad they are, those blisters, you can puncture them. They're actually, you pinch and you'll get blood underneath the nail in the form of a blister, and you can puncture them and pitch with them.
And Tommy Craig is no stranger to blisters because, of course, Al Leiter, his shoulder is fine, but he continues to have blister difficulty pitching for Syracuse in the International League for this Blue Jay organization.
And you look how far that George Bell is playing in left field. He is in a different time zone. There's not going to be a ball hit over his head. If it is, it's going to be a home run.
Wills has pitched well. This is his 4th strikeout, and he's got Balboni guessing.
He just fooled him with a breaking ball. That was a good pitch. Good hard slider. It's all over in Montreal. The Expos have defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates 4-3. And that race in the National League East gets closer and closer.
Barfield is 0 for 4. He struck out, fly to center, fly to left, and struck out again. Jesse did have one home run off Stottlemyre here in the Dome last year. The last 5 of his home runs have come against right-handed pitching. Wills gets ahead again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One thing somewhat lost in the shuffle today with Jimmy Key reactivated. Kilgus was sent down, and the Blue Jays tonight do not have a left-hander out of the bullpen. They still, of course, have Ward and Henke and Acker.
That's coming hard inside. And the Blue Jays pitched Jesse real hard inside in New York as well. That ball really not that far inside. But Jesse, his body and movement and his weight going in the right direction.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 10th, 6-6.
Boy, it looked like he's squeezing sawdust out of that bat handle after that last pitch that pushed him back.
He's well aware that this club has pitched him a lot on the outside corner too. Push him back and then give you the breaking ball low and outside. Full count, 3-2. Deion Sanders on deck. We're tied at 6, top of the 10th in Toronto. Pop to the left side towards the seats, and it will be out of play. Sellout crowd here at the Sky Dome tonight. Some went home early in the 8th inning before the Blue Jays rallied for 5 to tie in the bottom of the 8th.
$49,808 tonight here at the Sky Dome. Last night, 49,883. This is a ball club. They're averaging 45,500 in attendance here. They're talking about 3.7, 3.75 for a yearly attendance.
Barfield steps out. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jesse with 11 home runs and 34 runs batted in. He'd love to cap a return to Toronto right here. Wills wins that battle with his 5th strikeout. And we're set to go to the bottom of the 10th inning at Toronto. The Yankees 6 and the Blue Jays 6.
Hey, come on. Is this any way to spend the summer? No. Make it a Bud Summer with Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Dry. Check inside 12 packs and you could win one of 100 Bud label pools. Look for me, Jeff Altman, where you buy your favorite beer, because we're giving away pools all summer long. It's wet, it's wild, it's Bud Summer. Hey man, you need sunscreen, you're starting to peel. Woo!
Every day, someone could win $500,000 cash in Pick 10, the new game from New York Lottery. Play Pick 10 today, and you could be a $500,000 tomorrow.
Toyota is out to stay #1 with Summer Toyotathon. There is no better time to buy the Toyota Camry. Start saving with factory-to-dealer incentives. Here's Jenny with more big news.
Toyota Camry was named Family Car of the Year.
And you can't beat Toyotathon savings.
Well, during Toyotathon, we saved about $1,800.
That's including air conditioning.
Savings like this only happen twice a year. Don't miss it.
Back at the Sky Dome in Toronto to the bottom of the 10th inning. Olerud, Borders, and Hill due up. Olerud, 2 home runs last night. Tonight, 2 hits, one of them a 3-run home run in the 8th inning. 3 of the 5 that the Blue Jays scored to tie this at 6. And really, when you look back at it, it was not a bad pitch by Guterman. It was just a good job of hitting by Olerud.
Another good piece of hitting. The first home run that he hit last night, Olerud hit a 3-2 change off of Andy Hawkins, and it was a pretty good pitch. But it was a better job of hitting. Olerud, he doesn't try to crush the ball. He just tried to make contact, good, firm, solid contact. And doesn't try to hit it 500 feet. He's a big kid, 6'5", probably weighs 205, 210 pounds. And he's going to get stronger. Whoever taught him, they taught him some pretty good principles of hitting. One of the things about him, for a young kid, he seems to have a great sense of the strike zone. You look at his stats, 164 times to the plate, only 33 strikeouts, and 28 bases on balls. Well, I mean, a good contact hitter, but he has some pop.
Three balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 10th. To short. Espinosa, all he could do is wait for it and then turn the gun loose. And he nips Olerud at first.
Almost an identical play that Espinosa had earlier in the game on a ball hit by Tony Fernandez. Olerud does not run that well, and Espinosa had just a bit more time.
That'll bring up Borders, who had a double back in the 2nd inning and grounded to first, struck out, and grounded to 2nd. The big damage to Guterman, the first batter he faced, the Olerud home run, and then from that point has pitched well. Flowers gets it in foul territory. This has been like 2 different ball games. Dave LaPointe was cruising, left the game with a 6-1 lead after walking the first batter in the 8th, and then the 5 runs wiped out that effort.
A final in, George, from Cincinnati. The Dodgers got a run in the top of the 10th and defeated the Reds 7-6.
6 straight. Off the plate again, over is Blowers. And there are 2 away.
A couple of high choppers in the infield, and Borders, who does not run well. You saw Borders hold up earlier in the game on a ball that was hit to center field. He was on third. Manning Lee hit a fly ball to center, and Borders did not try to score. And the Yanks got out of that inning in the second without giving up a run.
Glenn Allen Hill 2 for 4.
A lot of games in games like this, George, a lot of little things you can point to and say if, you know, if. It's very important, and it shows how very important all the little things in the game are.
Two outs. Guterman to Hill. Hill singled back in the second, and then again in that 8th inning. He has some power. Led the International League last year. Hit deep, but Barfield is there to right, and that retires the Blue Jays. So we'll do another one. We'll go to the 11th at Toronto. The Yankees 6-11-1. The Blue Jays 6-11-1.